Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we will be going over some of the new cards from Burst Protocol, and we will be going over the Exosister stuff first, and let's hop right into it. First card we're looking at is Exosister Caramel, and this is a rank 4 Dark Fairy XYZ monster, 26 attack, 18 defense. It takes 2 Exosister monsters, and you can only use each the first and second effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card's XYZ summon, you can activate the effect. During the end phase of this turn, say Exosister Spell or Trap from your deck, graveyard, or banishment, which is a crazy effect because now you can always get access to multiple Exosister traps or spells. Like Pax is a really good interruption on the opponent's turn. Like, these are very, very strong cards, so that's a good first effect. And the second effect is when your opponent activates a normal spell or trap or monster effect. Quick effect, you can attach all materials from this card, and if you do, that effect becomes add 1 card from your opponent's graveyard to their hand. So that effect is definitely not bad, but I don't think that's like the main effect of the card. The main effect is definitely going to be setting from deck. Like, this is definitely not a bad other effect, being able to negate something. But you'll probably be overlaying this a lot into the Magnifica and then not really be getting this effect. But this is definitely not like an extra bad effect on top of the first effect. And now going over the second card, we have Exosister Bat Matter. It's a continuous spell card. You can only use the first, second, and third effects of this card's name once per turn. Oh no, we only get 3 effects. So it says when this card resolves, add 2 Exosister monsters from the deck to the hand, then discard 1 card. Which, that's fine. This is crazy. Like, this is either just Rhoda, or it could be a double Rhoda if we want it to. And then that also makes it to where maybe you could play, more cards like Molcharmy Flawless better in the deck, because now you have, like, a discard outlet. It just, like, makes those cards, like, slightly better. For the second effect, we have you can target 1 face-up monster you control. Immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon 1 Exosister monster mentioned on it. So it's basically like a double summon. This gives you an extra normal, which is really nice for the deck for sure. So, like, both effects so far have been good. And then the third effect is if a monster or monsters is sent to your opponent's graveyard, even during the damage step, you can make your opponent banish one of them. So making it to where the opponent is also banishing them is really good, because that will help out with all of your Exosister names. This is also just going to banish monsters from the opponent's graveyard, which I'm sure, is going to be a very solid interruption against a lot of decks over time. So this is just like, it's just a crazy card. Like, all 3 effects on it are good, and the XYZ is really solid too. So I think this is really, really solid Exosister support. So now hopping into the next deck, we have new branded support. So as you can see here, we have a new level 4 Fallen of Albaz monster, and then we also have an Ecclesia Dogmatica looking card that is a Synchro 8. And now let's hop into the effects. The first card is Fallen of the White Dragon, and is a level 4 Dark Dragon effect monster, 18 attack, 0 defense. This card is always treated as Fallen of Albaz. You can only use the first and second effect of this card's name each once per turn. If this card is in your hand, you can send 1 monster that mentions Fallen of Albaz from your extra deck to the graveyard as cost. So you get to just go ahead and dump something for free. Special summon this card out. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for level 8 fusion and synchro monsters. So, it does have a restriction on it. Then the second effect is if this card is normal summon or special summon, you can special summon 1 Ecclesia monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. Like, what? This card is crazy. It dumps from the extra deck for cost, summons itself out. On summon, too, it's not even just like an ignition effect. On summon, it summons an Ecclesia from hand, deck, or graveyard. Like, this card is crazy. Like, they just keep printing crazy cards. Okay, so now we have the next card, which is the Ecclesia of the Black Dragon, which is a level 8 Light Spellcaster Synchro effect monster, 25 attack, 25 defense, takes a tuner plus non-tuner. You can use the first and second effects of this card's name once per turn. During the main phase, quick effect, you can banish this card until the end phase, and if you do, special summon 1 Fallen of Albaz or level 4 or lower monster that mentions it from the deck or grave. So even that effect, it's like, it is a synchro, so it's not going to be the easiest to get to, but this new card also helps us get to that faster. But this effect just allows it to tag out and summon a monster from the deck or grave. Like, very solid monsters. Then the other effect is, if this card is in your graveyard, you can target a level 8 fusion monster in your graveyard or banishment, and on the field, shuffle both this card into the deck. Okay, so that last effect lets you put back a fusion from the graveyard banish, one random card on the field, and this card from the graveyard back into the deck, and it doesn't target either. Okay, oh wow, that's pretty strong. That's a pretty strong graveyard effect. Okay, let's go ahead and hop into the last archetype now. For the third and final archetype of this video that got support, we have some Rescue Ace support, so let's hop into it. The first one is Rescue Ace Quick Attacker, is a level 3 Fire Warrior effect monster, 14 attack, 14 defense. You can only use the first and second effects of this card's name each once per turn. First effect, you can shuffle one other Rescue Ace card from your hand or face-up field into the deck for cost. Special summon this card from the hand. Okay, so let's you shuffle one other Rescue Ace card from the hand or face-up on field. Okay, so not graveyard, but it is an extender. The second effect is you contribute this card for cost. You cannot special summon from your extra deck for the rest of the turn except for fire monsters. Also add a Rescue Ace monster from the deck to the hand. Then, if only your opponent controls a monster, you can special summon the added monster. Okay, so let me get this straight. It is an extender that is like naturally a -1 extender. Then you have to tribute this card off the field, and then you get to search for any Rescue Ace, and then if your opponent controls, you can special summon it out. Okay, so this does not seem very good at all. This seems okay. This seems okay, like maybe a one of? I don't know, maybe it'd be played more. That doesn't seem that good of an effect though. But let's hop into the Link 4 now. So we have the Rescue Ace, Tributor, Link 4, Fire Machine, Link Effect Monster. Oh, maybe this like puts a monster on their board or something for this. Okay, 3000 attack. Yeah, points down, whatever. It doesn't even matter. Points down. Materials, 2+ fire monsters. You can only special summon this card once per turn, and you can only use its second effect twice per turn. Okay, if this card is Link Summon, you can add a Rescue Ace Hydrant or Rescue Ace Headquarters from your deck or grave to hand. Okay, so when it's summoned, you get to either add Hydrant or Headquarters. It's also fairly generic. Second effect is, if you activate a Rescue Ace Quick Play spell or Normal Trap, you can target one card on your opponent's field, destroy that target. Oh my gosh, okay, so you can get 2 pops out of this. That's pretty solid, 2 pops, and it lets you search for either Headquarters or Hydrant. Now, the only thing is Rescue Ace doesn't have any starters in its deck. It has very little starters, so it actually can't get to a Link 4 to then be able to play with. So that's kind of a problem for it right now. Maybe we'll see people try to use like Fiendsmith into this Rescue Ace Link 4 to then be used as a starter for Rescue Ace, like using other engines like the Millennium engine, the Fiendsmith engine, stuff like that to try to get to this. So maybe we'll see stuff like that, but overall it seems like the Rescue Ace support was very mid. The Albaz support was crazy, and the Exosister support was absolutely absurd. So kind of lackluster, but you know, not everything's going to be crazy support. And with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace, have a nice day, stay safe.